Okay, in today's assignment we're going to be doing some ratio word problems. So the writing workshop enrolls novelists and poets in a ratio of 5 to 3. There are 24 people at the workshop. How many novelists, how many poets are there? Okay, now here's what a ratio actually is. It means you have 5 of something, and at the same time you have 3 of the other. In this case, 5 novelists, 3 poets. Okay, 5 novelists, 3 poets. Now, if you added 5 to that, 5 plus 5 is 10, then you would add 3 to that, and you'd be at 10 to 6. Now add 5 to that, that would be 15. Add 3 to that, you'd be at 9. Okay? Add 5, you're at 20. Add 3, you're at 12. Okay? That's how a ratio works. Okay? Means you start with 5 and 3. Every time you add a 5 to that, you add 3 to this. It forms a pattern. Now, we're not going to be doing that, but on this one, it says a writing workshop enrolls novelists and poets in a ratio of 5 to 3. There are 24 people at the workshop. How many novelists, how many poets are there? This is how you solve a ratio problem. You're going to make a box, but it's not the same as a box you do with the units, okay? You split it down the middle, and you make 3 rows. This row is your ratio. This row is your actual, okay? Down here, this is my total. And these are the 2 groups, novelists and poets. Okay. Now the ratio is super easy to fill out. 5 to 3. Okay. Novelists is 5, poets is 3. Put them in the order they're listed in the problem, and it'd be 5 novelists, 3 poets. The total's easy. You just add these 2. No, you don't put 24. The total is easy. You add these 2. It's 8. Now look at your actual number 24. It's 24 people. Well, if it doesn't say it's novelists and it doesn't say it's poets, that's your total. Now, we have to find the novelists and the poets. Okay? Well, here's how we find that. You're going to put 3 times dots. 8 times something gives me 24. Okay? 8 times something gives me 24. To find what it's times by, you take 24 divided by 8, and that's 3. Okay? So you put a 3, and then a 3, and then a 3. Because if this is multiplied by 3, 8 times 3 is 24. Then 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 3 is 9. And those are your answers. 15 novelists, 9 poets. Just circle. Which makes sense because when I just did this earlier, I had 15 and 9. Okay, next problem. At a certain high school, 350 students are taking an algebra course. The ratio of boys to girls taking algebra is 33 to 37. How many girls are taking algebra? How many boys? Okay, so rate, ratio, and actual. Okay. All right, so boys to girls. Okay, so total down here, and then it's boys and girls. Boys, girls. Ratio, you put 33 with boys, because it says boys before girls, so the 33 is your boys, the 37 is your girls. Then you add those 2 amounts, and that's 70. You add those, okay? So the ratio's been dealt with. Now the actual number is 350 students, but it doesn't say if they're boys or girls. Well, that's your total. So you put times, times, times. You got to find, this is called the multiplier. To find the multiplier, you simply take your 350 and do the opposite of times, which is dividing by 70. Okay? 350 divided by 70 is 5. So I'd put 5, 5, and 5, because this is multiplied by 5, which 70 times 5 is 350. then these are also times by 5 to get to their actual amounts. So 33 times 5 is 165 boys. Then 37 times 5 is 185 girls. Okay, next problem. The pet shelter has cats and dogs in a ratio of 5 to 1. There are 120 animals at the shelter. How many are cats? How many are dogs? So this is called a ratio box. Okay, you got your ratio, you got your actual, and then total. And then the two things in this problem is cats and dogs. Okay. Cats is 5, dogs is 1, okay? So, add those. 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay, 120 animals. Well, it's not cats or dogs, so it'd be 120. So, times, 6 times something gets me to 120. I don't know what, but I'm about to find out. You do the opposite of divide, which is divide. Opposite times is divide. So that's 20. 20 is your multiplying number to get from the ratio to the actual. 6 times 20 is 120. 5 times 20 is 100. So you got 100 cats. 1 times 20 is 20. 20 dogs.